I would say this is a keep. Okay, opponent mulligans twice, and they're starting with Mountain. Alright, I guess we might as well put the Delver onto the board. It's our only one-drop piece. Yep, so let's get it out there. Opponent does have the Bolt for it, but they're down to 3 cards in hand now. And we'll be able to choose between Spellstutter Sprite or cycle Suffocating Fumes. A spare supplies in a red and blue deck. This must be Jeskai then. Another fall from favor. I think that we want to play the other island and just hide that we're on Dimir while we can. It's not like we have Snuff Out in hand, so instead of bluffing the Snuff Out, we'll just conceal the information of which deck we're on. Okay, opponent is passing here. I'm going to cycle the Suffocating Fumes. I don't think that it's going to be too useful in this matchup. Oh, we get rewarded. Counterspell. And another Delver of Secrets. So let's play Island Delver. Okay, so they have the Galvblast for it. Let's Spellstutter Sprite the Galvblast. That does take us off counter magic this turn, but we'll have a fall from favor available next turn if we look like we were starting to fall behind. And I mean, opponent is on a mulligan to 5, so we should have a pretty fair shot here. Alright, so we have a fall from favor from the opponent. We'll be able to fall from favor our own Delver of Secrets, so we can take the Monarch back if they kill the Spellstutter Sprite. No reveal. So when we fall from favor, we don't have the mana for Counterspell. I think we just play the Evolving Wilds. And we'll pass. Unfortunately, we can't counter that Bonder's Ornament. They managed to put a Seeker of the Way onto the board as well, but we have Fall from Favor to keep that tapped. I suppose we'll go get another island. We don't have any black spells here, so no reason to double up on black. I think we're pretty much always going to say no to this. We could have held up Counterspell here. This might be a little bit of a punt. Let's put the Ash Barrens on the bottom. We have a land in hand already. We'll keep the Preordain to find the best card. Oh, our Delver is flipped now. That's neat. Or rather, not flipped, it's untapped because we're the Monarch. Of course, that's how this card works. Bojuka Bog gets rid of our graveyard. That'll make a Gurmag Angler harder to cast. But we get to hold on to the Monarch for another turn. Okay, we'll flip the Delver. Play Island. Plenty of mana here. We can easily Preordain and still hold up both of our counterspells. We already have a fairly good clock. I don't think we need another creature right now. Let's keep the Brainstorm, though. Okay, we'll pass. And if we can just keep control for a little while, we'll win this game. They are able to keep up on cards with Bonder's Ornament. But as long as we can keep their threats off the table, we'll be doing okay. No need to cast a spell here. Okay, Brainstorm would allow us to get the Augur of Bolas to draw us a card guaranteed. So we're going to do that. Small punt here in getting rid of the Snow-Covered Swamp. The Snuff Out is no longer free. I wasn't thinking about that. But we are revealing another counterspell here, and that might demoralize the opponent enough that they concede. Okay, Faerie Seer. We can cast that. Oh, a Prismatic Strands. Okay, I suppose we counter this. Spell Pierce. Their creature's tapped, so they can't cast it again. Play the Faerie Seer, so that if they try and cast Prismatic Strands again, we have Spellstutter Sprite to counter it. They're up to 4 cards in hand now. And here's a Glinthawk. So let's see here. It looks like their only artifact is actually the Bonder's Ornament. So they have to return the ornament in order to cast the Glinthawk. We're going to Spellstutter it. We'll still have a counter spell available for a real spell. Core Skyfisher. We could snuff that out when it comes to our turn, but they would be able to return the Seeker of the Way to their hand. So let's just counter that as well. We're pretty flush with counter spells. This does mean they have access to like a Lightning Bolt or something. Okay, yeah, they return to Fall from Favor. We'll keep a counterspell available for that. I would absolutely pay life for that if I could, but I don't have a swamp. Prismatic Strands. So let's see here. They're at 8 life. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But we won't have the mana to make a ninja if we counterspell. So I think we have to let that resolve. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put them to 1. No, I think that's fine. We'll kill them next turn. Counter the fall from favor. Alright, so they have 1 card left. They're going to draw an extra card. So now they only have 2 mana. And spare supplies. So that should be a good game. Okay. So we win our first game against Jeskai. They had mulligan to 5, made it a little bit easier on us. So let's see here. How do we want to sideboard? I think Stormbound Geist could be okay. They are going to have some red spells, but I think that we really have to worry more about their blue spells. Dispel isn't going to counter the fall from favors. What is it going to hit? Be hitting like Lightning Bolt and Galvblast. Prismatic Strands. Could be worthwhile. Echoing Truth is an interesting option, being able to return fall from favors. That could be very interesting. Don't think I want Suffocating Fumes. What about the Spellbomb? I don't think that's necessary either. Depending on how far they're going into the flashback plan. We still got a bit of time here. Take out the Suffocating Fumes. Agony Warp seems pretty okay. What about the Spell Pierce? Yeah, I think the Spell Pierce is actually quite good. Getting pretty close on time here. Don't really have a sideboard plan worked up. This being basically the first time I've played the deck. This hand is not great. I don't think I want to mull this. This hand is much better. Okay, we get a fall from favor off the top. Thank you, deck. We would like to keep the Evolving Wilds for a Brainstorm shuffle if we can. Ooh, that's interesting. So we have the Spell Pierce available for Ornament, and if not, we could Brainstorm with Evolving Wilds, and then we would have Stormbound Geist next turn. Or fall from favor, depending if they play a creature. Okay, so Prophetic Prism. I'm going to counterspell that. And we'll go get a swamp. Our hand is really good. We don't need to do a Brainstorm thing. Although waiting a turn and then potentially having Spell Pierce to protect Stormbound Geist from fall from favor might have been a nice idea. But we do have the ability to fall from favor on our own Geist so that we can regain the Monarch, if that was a thing. We could go ahead and fall from favor our Monarch now, or sorry, our Spirit now, if we had wanted to, just to get the Monarch. That would have been fun, but we'll hit the Seeker of the Way instead. Ooh, Spellstutter Sprite. Okay. So they might actually be interested in lightning bolting their own Seeker of the Way here, so that we don't get the Monarch. No, they let it happen? Okay. Wonderful. See, if we had Brainstormed there, we would have been able to play our land for turn. And we would get out of the Brainstorm lock fairly quickly with the Monarch. Alright, we're going to be looking for a Snuff Out here. We find a Cast Down, that's pretty good. So let's see here. We cast down the Seeker of the Way. Hold up Stormbound Geist as a blocker for Coarse Skyfisher and just pass the turn, I think. We have access to Preordain, actually, because we can only cast one spell here, and we know that Brainstorm's on top. Oh, Snuff Out, wonderful. So now we can attack with the Stormbound Geist. And we have Counterspell up. And we have the Monarch. So this is looking really, really good from this point here. I would say we have the advantage bar in our favor. We've been able to hold the Monarch for a number of turns. The board is clear on the opponent's side. We don't quite have more cards in our hand than our opponent, but our cards in hand are fairly strong. Lightning Bolt and Gallblast aren't very good in this situation. And it looks like they're just passing the turn here. Wonderful. Oh, a Delver of Secrets. Don't mind playing that. Okay, Gallblast on the Stormbound Geist is fine. It comes back with Undying. Doesn't matter that we didn't hit them for damage. Play Delver and pass. Might have been a good idea to Brainstorm there to try and find a land, but Delver it is. Okay, here's another Lightning Bolt at the Stormbound Geist. So they're playing 2 spells on our Geist. We have the option here to Spellstutter Sprite to save it. And we still get to keep up Counterspell. Now something they can do here is cast another Lightning Bolt at the Sprite. And then the Sprite trigger here will see 0 fairies in play and will not counter the Lightning Bolt. But maybe they didn't have the next bolt in hand. Or maybe they didn't understand how the interaction works. Agony Warp off the top. Very interesting card. It's one of our answers to Guardian of the Guild Pact. And it can do some interesting things in combat. Okay, here's the Fall from Favor. So we can Counterspell, or we can Echoing Truth the Stormbound Geist. I'm going to use the Echoing Truth here so that I have access to the Counterspell at another instance. I think this is an interesting way to counter the Fall from Favor, and it's going to allow us to, like I was saying before, hold the Counterspell. And it also resets the Stormbound Geist, which basically foils that Lightning Bolt from earlier. Interesting that they hit the Spellstutter Sprite with that and not the Delver, which is going to be clocking them. I mean, I hope. Snow-covered Swamp, no reveal. Oh, we have Brainstorm in hand. We could have done that on upkeep, and I would have guaranteed the flip. That's my bad. Alright, let's play Stormbound Geist and pass. Holding up Counterspell. Ooh, we get Snuff Out off the top. Wonderful. Drawing a card with the Spare Supplies. One of the newer additions to the Mardu Monarch lists. I think that it's an excellent addition, being able to draw a card. Think that we should probably Brainstorm here, so we can guarantee the flip and start doing real damage. We can show them the Snuff Out or the Agony Warp. We'll show them the Agony Warp. Oh, Fiery Cannonade. That would kill both of our creatures. The Stormbound Geist would come back. I think that we Counterspell this. We could have played Augur of Bolas there to put the Gurmag Angler away, but it doesn't matter. Our advantage is too much for our opponent. They only have 2 cards left in hand here. Monarch wins. I think this hand is keepable. Llanowar Elves. Good thing we have Suffocating Fumes. I think we play Snow-Covered Island, Delver of Secrets, land cycle the Ash Barrens, play the Aqueduct, and then Suffocating Fumes, I think is the line. That might change, depending on their plays here. Ooh, Priest of Titania. They're going to play out their entire hand next turn. Really? You want to trade with my Delver of Secrets? I don't think I take this trade, because the Suffocating Fumes is going to kill their creature, and I don't mind taking 1 damage. Okay, our other option besides land cycling the Ash Barrens is to play another Delver of Secrets. I think I like that a little bit more than land cycling the Ash Barrens right now. That does mean we might stumble on land next turn, though, with the Suffocating Fumes if we don't draw another land. So yeah, maybe it is better to cycle the Ash Barrens, probably go get... I mean, I want Island, but yeah, probably Island because we don't even have a Snuff Out yet. We have Dimir Aqueduct for black. Oh, really? That is surprising. Okay. No way I expected them to block with Priest of Titania there. That is a real shock. Like, look how much mana they would have had this turn. Oh, Suffocating Fumes is going to be a 4 for 1. This is decent. Play another elf with your Llanowar Elves. And Suffocating Fumes is an instant. We could try and catch another elf. The risk is we're giving them mana to play one of their bigger creatures here, but we have Agony Warp for the next turn to be able to clear it out, so let's let them play into our Fumes. This is pretty risky, though. If they're... Yeah, this might be totally wrong. We're just going to go ahead and cast it now. And opponent concedes. Cool. We'll bring in another Suffocating Fumes. We want the Echoing Truth. What else do we want? That might be it. Gut Shot, actually. We want both Gut Shots. We can take out some Gurmag Angler. What else can we take out? Take out one of the Fall from Favor. Take out one of the Ninjas. We're really more about controlling the board here. Our creatures aren't as important as our answers. And do we want to keep the Spell Pierce? I mean, it does counter the... They do have some fairly important spells which can redraw. Lead the Stampede, for example, or Distant Melody. I think it's worthwhile to keep the Spell Pierce. Second guessing that, actually. They can have a ton of mana, and the Spell Pierce might just be a no-go. So let's bring the Delver back in, and maybe the ninja, one of the ninjas. Then again, yeah, Spell Pierce would have countered the, Spider Silk Armor. That's what it would have countered. Because Spider Silk Armor protects their creatures from Suffocating Fumes. Okay, they have their turn 1 elf. Makes sense. Let's see if we can put some lands on top of the deck here. Evolving Wilds is not really the type of land I was looking for. I would have liked Counterspell to be ready, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Let's put it on top. Huh. We will absolutely take this block if they dare attack us here. Snuff Out is pretty nice. Fall from Favor is actually, I think, pretty good in this deck. Though they do have the Quirion Ranger, which would allow them to untap the card. Yeah, we actually have nothing to do here. We can just hit 6. There's the Quirion Ranger. Oh, a Scattershot Archer. Okay, that'll take care of my Faerie Seer. Okay, we're going to go with Island, play Island, and I think we Ponder. There's nothing here that really needs to be snuffed out. Okay, we're going to shuffle this. And we might as well attack. The Faerie Seer is not long for this world. They are actually able to create quite a bit of mana with the Quirion Ranger. Wonder if they can undo that. Oh, here's a Tumberwatch Elf. That's something we're going to want to snuff out. Fall from Favor will not be good enough. I wonder if we'll get the opportunity to counterspell anything. Okay, here's Lead the Stampede. That would have been one of the spells to counter. Let's see how many cards they draw. Ouch, they drew 4. We could Brainstorm before the Evolving Wilds, but that would take us off Counterspell. I'm really kind of into getting towards a Suffocating Fumes, though. So maybe we are supposed to Brainstorm and Preordain into it. Then we have Snuff Out for the Timberwatch Elf, and we'll just try and survive for another turn. Oh, we found it. Wonderful. Another Snuff Out as well. Okay, so what are we getting rid of here? So we've already found the card we're looking for. Do we still need the Preordain? We could hold up like a Brainstorm or something. I think Preordain's still probably pretty good. Let's see here. Cards we want to keep for sure. Snuff Out, Suffocating Fumes. Augur of Bolas is an so-so. I like the Counterspell Fall from Favor. Counterspell might be a little bit too slow, but I think it will be. I think these spells will be pretty good after I resolve Suffocating Fumes. And then we'll preordain here, see if we can find some lands. Okay, no lands here. We'll just bottom. Aren't those the 2 cards that I put on top when I shuffled? Seriously, Moto. 2 cards on top? I understand 1, that's pretty standard, but both? That is shocking. Alright, I guess we attack. And we do possibly have something to do here. We do have Snuff Out, but I don't think we're going to need to use it. Okay, we are going to have to snuff out that Vanguard, but we don't have to do it right now. We can let them continue to play more cards. Okay, this is going to be a big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1. Oh, they have the Dispel. Good one, opponent. Oh, there's nothing more we can do here. Good thing we didn't use the Snuff Out on the Vanguard. We want to kill that Timberwatch Elf. We're suffering a little bit on lands here. I would like to be able to search for the other Suffocating Fumes. But I think this game has gotten away from us. That Dispel was well timed from the opponent. The Winding Way wasn't very good, but it looked like it found them another Timberwatch Elf. So 2 Timberwatch Elves is too many for me to deal with. I only have the 1 Snuff Out. And this Elvish Vanguard is also actually looking to end the game pretty quick. So yeah, I think I'm dead here. I'm going to bring Spell Pierce back in. Alright, let's go. Alright, Gut Shot is quite nice. It's a little bit slow, but I think we keep this. I think it's good enough. Evolving Wilds for Island, Ash Barrens. We got the Dimir Aqueduct as well. And Gut Shot is quite nice. We do have to kind of pick our shot, though. We could hit the Finehorn Elves, but we might get a juicier target down the road. Oh, a Snuff Out. Wonderful. So we pretty much need to get Swamp with the Ash Barrens if that's the case. Okay, they're leading the Stampede already. That's an early lead, the Stampede. They're going to have to discard to hand size. Oh, they only revealed 2 cards. Okay. We will top the Spellstutter Sprite and Snuff Out. So if we play Secondary Devil, we don't have access to the Snuffs Out this turn, but I think we really need them next turn. What was the other card we put on top? I don't remember. Okay, here's Timberwatch Elf. We can kill that next turn. Anyway. Oh, a Vines of Vastwood to protect the Timberwatch Elf. Let's Spellstutter that. Okay, good line there. And I think we'll trade one of our Delvers for a Ninja. Nice. Okay, we're going to Gutshot the Quirion Ranger. Quirion Ranger is one of their better cards. We're just going to get that off the board. And we have a Snuff Out for another problematic creature. So let's see here. If they want to trade some of their creatures for ours, we're fine with that. Okay, no blocks, so we'll get to draw a card. We get Fall from Favor. Wonderful. So we could Fall from Favor something, and then Snuff Out something else and keep the Monarch. And we could just take the Monarch back pretty quickly. Let's draw extra cards. Okay, so they are attacking. They can take one turn with the Monarch. We'll take it right back. No luck on the Delver. Oh, okay. It's just the stack was in a weird spot. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, we're good. Yeah, we just pass here. Spellstutter Sprite counters a 2. And we Agony Warp. Let's see, our -3, -0 is the one we blocked, and this one here. Okay, so that's for 3. We cannot counter it, but we have the Snuff Out for it. There we go, finally flip the Delver. Now we're attacking for some real damage. And pass back. We got Spell Pierce ready. Say this one should be in the bag. Yeah, we keep this. Okay, we're going to start with turn 1 Delver of Secrets pass. If any of you didn't know, our opponent here is one of the trophy leaders in Pauper. They have 28 trophies this season. I say trophy leader, or rather I said trophy leaders. They're actually 3rd behind Carves and Sacred Devil. We've played against Raken here several times. Ooh, a Ponder. Yeah, let's reveal that and start attacking for damage. The question is, do we want to Ponder or do we want to land cycle with the Ash Barrens with the Dimir Aqueduct? I think we want to land cycle. So we'll start with the attack. And go get Swamp here. We got a lot of black spells. Okay, they're going to snap our Aberration. We actually have nothing to do here. We're just going to 6. So it looks like our opponent's up to their old tricks. Plains Island. Some sort of familiars thing, I would expect. So let's see here. How are we going to do this? We could Island, Ash Barrens, Ponder. And hopefully Ponder will set up a flip. Okay. Ponder does set up a flip. We can put the... I guess the Snuff Out in hand isn't really going to do too much. But I don't want to reveal it. So we'll go... Augur... Brainstorm, Snuff Out. We'll draw the Snuff Out. So it looks like they do have access to something with the one island untapped here. So we might be looking at like cast down into Snuff Out here. Definitely do not want to fall from favor the Sunscape Familiar. Kind of hoping they just like try and snap our Insectal Aberration there. Alright, let's get rid of this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's cast Gurmag Angler. Get on the board in a big way. Okay. So what are we going to want to do against our opponent here? They're going for like a pretty serious value plan. I think we want the Dispel. Former games against our opponent leads me towards believing I'm going to want the Spellbomb. Get rid of Suffocating Fumes. Echoing Truth might be interesting if we find space for it. Echoing Decay is so-so. Don't think we need that in this matchup. Alright, I'm going to go with this, I think. This hand is not really great. We have the Preordain, though, to make it a little bit better. Find what we're looking for. Bad hand keep. Oh, Spell Pierce is interesting. Okay. Maybe we hold up the mana here, and then we can just Ash Barrens if we don't have a use for it. Do we counter that? I don't think so. I think we want to counter like Ghostly Flicker or something. Go get the swamp. We're done here. Okay, we're going to bottom both of these. They're really not what we're looking for. Get a creature onto the board here. It does take down possible counterspell. Bottom both of these. But it does give us the option to Ninja next turn. Okay, there's the Sunscape Familiar. That's not something we would have been able to counter anyway. And they do have blue up, so they would be able to counter something that we did. But they're not going to be able to counter the Ninja, I don't think. I guess they could snap it. But we would have Spell Pierce for that. Hey there, handsome. We got a Faerie Seer out right now, but yeah, we even flipped a Delver. We were attacking with a 3-2. Alright, let's make a Ninja. I'm doing okay. How about you? Okay, another Faerie Seer. So we're going to have to, let's see here. Oh, I was thinking we were going to have to play a card here if we wanted to hold all of our cards, but we don't. We have 7 cards in hand, and if we hold the Spell Pierce, or if we hold the island up, we have access to counter magic. I feel you, bud. That's what weekends are for, I guess. A little bit of a rest and relaxation. Okay, here's a Seagate Oracle. Yeah, nothing we can do about that. Would really like some removal spells, please. Alright, let's brainstorm. See if we can find some spells. Not really. Put back one of our Faerie Seers and maybe put Ash Barrens on top. Probably the opposite. We don't need another swamp here. Who, me? No, I've been up for hours. As for the stream, I've been up for 1 hour. So we're on match 3. The games have actually been going quite a bit quicker than I had expected. Oh, is the Spellbomb going to get a reaction from the opponent here? I did crush a couple of opponents. Okay, so they have the negate. Let's try a Spell Pierce on that. Okay, so we're going full on counter war here. I could resolve the Spellbomb with this Dispel, but that would mean I would lose the Dispel. I'm fine with them winning this war if I get to keep my Dispel for their blink effects. Okay, here's a Mnemonic Wall. And that's going to let them get the Prohibit back. So let's go ahead and brainstorm now. Fall from favor, huh? Interesting. I suppose I could hold on to that. Okay, can't prohibit that. Pretty much. I think we saw the red version, the Is It version, quite a bit the other day. But basically I wanted to play a Fall from Favor deck. Okay, they're going to ephemerate the Seagate Oracle. So we have access to Spellstutter Sprite and Dispel. I think we'll Spellstutter Sprite this. Or try to. They do have the Prohibit, so yeah, we knew about that. We lose the enchantment, but that's fine. We keep the Monarch. And they can't really attack with a Seagate Oracle this turn anyway. But they are going to be able to ephemerate the Mnemonic Wall next turn. We do still have the Dispel, though. All right, we'll Ponder first. This is going to be a Shuffle. Oh, a Snuff Out. Neat. So we can snuff out whatever they target with the Ephemerate. And we have Dispel backup. Put the Delver on top. And I think the Fall from Favor we're going to get rid of. We already have the Monarch going on, so I don't think we need any more Fall from Favor. It's a bit of a liability against the opponent's deck. They're going to be forever untapping their creatures. I know, Snuff Out is like $9 right now. It's ridiculous. I think it's one of the more expensive cards in Pauper. Alright, let's pass the turn. Okay, we'll let them target. And then we'll Snuff Out. Love this card. There's Negate, and we'll Dispel. Oh, they have another Counterspell. They win the war. So despite us having the Monarch, our opponent's actually up on cards. They could Ghostly Flicker here. Oh, no, it's an Ephemerate. Okay, and here's a Snap targeting their own creatures so they can untap their lands. We don't actually have any reactions here, so we just have to let them do as they will. Another Sunscape Familiar, so their spells are ludicrously cheap at this point. And we just get an island off the top. So there's not too much we can really do here. They only have one attacking creature though, so we can just play Delver of Secrets, attack for 2 pass. We'll keep the island in hand so we have more of a bluff. Oh, we get Cast Down. Okay. Let's see if we can cast down the Mnemonic Wall. Do they have another Counterspell? Of course they do. They run a lot of counter magic. Like, I thought I had a lot of counterspells. They have a lot of counterspells. Negate, Counterspell, Prohibit. Okay, here's the Ghostly Flicker. So they're going to start getting some serious value at this point. We're just going to go ahead and skip the rest of our turn. Or pass priority, rather, for the rest of their turn. Let's see what we can find with the Ponder. Augur of Bolas, Counterspell, Preordain. Okay. So we can draw the Augur of Bolas and then draw the Counterspell with the Augur of Bolas. It means that the Delver doesn't necessarily flip, but it's fine. Alright, do we get something good here? Gurmag Angler's not great here. I was really hoping for another counterspell or a removal spell. They have Ghostly Flicker. I think I still have to counterspell this. We'll let that happen and see if we can counter their Ghostly Flicker or something. I don't know. What are we even supposed to do here? They have 6 cards in hand and they can just ephemerate and snap and do all this stuff just over and over ad nauseum. And we're quite down on clock as well, so we actually have to really consider that. With the Godpharaoh's Faithful here, we're not going to be able to clock them with our 2/1/1s anymore. They're going to be gaining too much life. Ghostly Flicker costs 1 mana every time they cast it. And they're going to be gaining a life and drawing a card and returning Ghostly Flicker to hand every time they cast it. So I think we're in garbage time. Don't think I can really change anything though. Alright, this is a landless hand. We must mulligan. This hand is garbage. We're going to mulligan again. And we got a 1-land hand that is at least keepable, but disappointing. Okay, we're going to put back Agony Warp and Brainstorm. We're going to hope that the Ponder flips our Delver of Secrets and that we're able to clock the opponent. Hopefully we find a land with the Ponder. Oh, okay, so playing the Ash Barrens there means that they're going to play a Karoo land next turn would be my guess. Alright, Delver, blind flip, let's go. No luck. Let's Ponder. Okay, we do find land, and we find a Counterspell, which flips the Delver, so we'll keep this. We'll go Swamp, Counterspell, Island, so we have Dispel up. Okay. Yeah, we'll show them the Counterspell. We've got Counterspells for days here. Okay, here's a Godpharaoh's Faithful, and they have mana up, so they could counter our Counterspell here. I think it might still be worthwhile to Spellstutter Sprite in case their Counterspell is Negate. Okay, they do have the Prohibit. So they have the Godpharaoh's Faithful, which will allow them to gain some life, but Insectile Aberration does attack over it. And we have 1 Counterspell a turn for 3 turns here. Seagate Oracle, I don't think we actually want to counter that. Use my mana for the next 3 turns. That's the plan. They do have a lot of mana now, though. So they're going to be able to play a spell and hold up a counterspell of their own. So we're going to have to be pretty careful about how we play out these counterspells this turn. Next turn we'll have access to Counterspell Dispel, which will be much better. Oh, a Deep Analysis. And a Spellstutter Sprite off the top. Deck keeps on giving me counterspells. If they want to flashback the Deep Analysis, that's totally fine. Okay, so here's the snap. Let's start with a Spellstutter Sprite. We can't play all of the cards in hand, unfortunately. We only get access to 2 because we only have 3 blue mana. Spellstutter Sprite doesn't counter the snap, though. So we probably have to Dispel. Probably Counterspell, actually. Alright, let's Dispel that. Okay, they have the Negate. We'll Counterspell the Negate. Oh, I think we won this war. Okay, opponent did gain quite a bit of life, though. Oh, nice. They're flashing back the Deep Analysis. So that's another 3 points on their side. Potentially getting them down to 6 here. Okay. Gurmag Angler isn't terrible. Let's attack for 3. Opponent does have a lot of cards in hand, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only have 1 card in hand, so let's just hold up 2 islands for Counterspell. Mnemonic Wall. Oh, I would have loved to have counterspelled that. Spellstutter Sprite does not stop it. Okay, they get the snap, so they can snap our Gurmag Angler, for example, which lets them untap their lands. And another Deep Analysis. Okay, that resolves. We could play the Spellstutter Sprite here just for like extra damage on board. I don't mind that. If we're not countering spells with it, let's do damage with it. Ash Barrens. Well, that's basically free, right? Well, it doesn't change the clock from 9, but opponent has God's Pharaoh's Faithful, so their life total keeps going up. We're not really attacking 9, we're attacking like 12 or something. So let's see here, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have exactly enough for the Gurmag Angler. Another Mnemonic Wall. So I think they'll be picking up Snap with that again. Probably Snap the Gurmag Angler. Gaining life every spell. They'll be able to untap the 2 Chantries, giving them access to a bunch more mana. And a Muldrifter that they just evoked, and now they can block our Insectile Aberration. Let's see what we have on top of the deck here. We have Fall from Favor, which could target the Mull Drifter. That seems pretty good. And the Ninja could replace the Spellstutter Sprite on a turn after that. Alright, I don't think we can actually attack here. I don't want to trade my Insectile Aberration for their Mull Drifter. And we cannot cast the Gurmag Angler. So we just have to pass. That Mull Drifter, very, very strong from the opponent, and now they have their Familiar, so they're going to be able to be casting their spells for a much lower cost. Is that another Mnemonic Wall? Okay, they can do Snap things now. So I think Snap actually gets them like Unbound Mana and Life. No, that's not the way that works. They need way more Familiars for that. I mean, they have double Chantry, so yeah, the snaps are going to be going off. I think we're basically toast. I think you're right. They have 2 mana here. They're going to Ghostly Flicker on the 2 Mull Drifters, I think. Or maybe the Mull Drifter and the Mnemonic Wall. That makes more sense. This hand looks great. Let's keep. And opponent has mulliganed once. Yeah, but it's not a land. Okay, looks like we're playing the mirror match. I think we'll just play... We play the island here for sure, but I'm wondering, do we ponder or do we hold up Spell Pierce? Probably ponder. I think Spell Pierce is going to be better served against like a Fall from Favor or something. No lands, but Fall from Favor seems decent. I like the Agony Warp. So let's go... Duh. No shuffle, and then we'll draw the Agony Warp, and then we'll shuffle away the final Fall from Favor with Evolving Wilds. Oh, you think I should have snuffed it now? I was thinking I would wait. Okay, opponent reveals. Why did you reveal the Fall from Favor? It doesn't flip your Delver. Okay, and they're going to give me a Ninja to snuff out now, but they do get to draw the card from it. So that undoes their mulligan. Okay, let's go Evolving Wilds, go get Swamp. So yeah, we have the Spell Pierce ready to go, and we're just going to go ahead and snuff out the Ninja. So they can't continuously get that card advantage. Yeah, Delver's fine. Nothing we can do about that. We'll make it Fall from Favor. Okay, here's a Ponder. Yeah, that's fine too. I would really like them to tap that last land. We're not going to have Spell Pierce up for the Fall from Favor, so if they have Spell Pierce, they can counter our enchantment. Oh, that's perfect. Something they can do, though, is Fall from Favor their own creature. And that would actually kind of blow us out. So maybe we don't let them do that. Maybe we Agony Warp the Delver of Secrets. Okay, but now they have Counter Magic up. Okay. And another fall from favor. Okay, that's cool. The problem is if we fall from favor one of their creatures, they can just attack with the other one and take the Monarch back. So it looks like our spells are just poorly lined up with the opponents. Oh, that's pretty nice, of one mind. 1 mana divination. Okay, Delver of Secrets. Do they finally flip the Delver? Nope. And they have a bunch of creatures here. We really want to get rid of some of these dudes. All right, let's block here. We'll trade. And again, if we fall from favor one of their creatures, they just take the Monarch back immediately just by attacking. So it doesn't seem very good here. Really would like those Suffocating Fumes. Gurmag Angler is a thing. We could play that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a counterspell. Okay. So we'll... I think we count... Do we spell pierce or counterspell this? We'll use the spell pierce while it's available. The reasoning towards counterspell there is I have so much mana up. It's easy for me to cast the counterspell in this instance. Still no flip on the Delver. Okay, here's a fall from favor. So we could counterspell this. And then start like a fall from favor war. Was worried they might have a Sprite there, but that means they can't counter our fall from favors. But like I said before, they have creatures to attack, so they'll just be able to take the Monarch back. And our life total is quite low here, so we're in danger. Okay, we can actually cast 2 fall from favors here. But I don't think that's really going to be better than casting 1. Oh, a Spellstutter Sprite, so we can counter a 1. Okay, so we'll take 3 here. End up going to 3. And our Gurmag Angler won't untap. And they have a Spire Golem. We are just about out of options. Oh, they have all their lands untapped as well. Start with a Preordain. Bottom. Ooh, Echoing Decay. That's interesting. We could get rid of these Spellstutter Sprites. Looks like they do have the counterspell for this. Oh, maybe not. Okay. So we could fall from favor the Spire Golem. Okay. So that'll keep 2 of their creatures tapped. They will still be able to take the Monarch back with the Fairy Miscreant, however. Unless we drew... I mean, we couldn't even Snuff Out. We were at 3 life there. If opponent just drew Preordain there, they should have flipped the Delver, so that when they get the Monarch, the Delver can untap during their turn. And with Faerie Seer. That's unfortunate. So we can't take the Monarch back this turn. They're going to be able to untap with all their creatures. We're going to die. Okay, so it seemed actually like Suffocating Fumes was fairly strong against this list, so we will keep the 1 in. We'll bring in Dispel, Stormbound Geist, Gutshot could be interesting, actually, being able to Gutshot a Spellstutter Sprite in response to it coming down, but I think we're going too far at that point. I think Gutshot is really more for Elves. Also, being able to Echoing Truth our own fall from favors is an interesting option. All right, let's try this again. 1 land hand. We do have the Faerie Seer to kind of try and even out our draws, but I'm pretty sure this is a mulligan. This is much better. We'll keep this. We have to throw something back, probably one of the Ash Barrens. And we can go get Island with the Ash Barrens at the end of the opponent's turn. Okay, let's draw more lands. I think we want lands, so we're going to bottom both of these. Main phase Brainstorm, find a land. Otherwise, we're Brainstorm locked. They have the Spellstutter Sprite for the Brainstorm. Okay. What do we get off the top here? Oh, it's all falling apart. No flip on the Delver. But opponent has 4 lands and 5 cards in hand. No Ninja. Another Delver of Secrets. And that's it. Okay, we find our 3rd land. I would have loved to play Stormbound Geist, but because we missed our land drops for so many turns, opponent has counter magic up. We don't really want to play a Stormbound Geist into a counterspell here. But what choice do we really have? At least it won't be Spellstutter Sprited. Okay, no flips. Here's the Ninja, returning the Spellstutter Sprite, so they have Counterspell for 1 in hand. We're really looking for a swamp here. A little bit disappointed. I think I did this to myself. Could have gotten rid of the Gurmag Angler, for example, kept the 2 Ash Barrens, and then I would have guaranteed been able to hit my land drops every turn. But yeah, now we're in garbage time. If they would just flip the Delvers, then the game would be over, but they haven't managed to do that yet. But the Ninja of the Deep Hours is going to bury us anyways. Should have countered that Spire Golem, but... Okay, we have a 2-land hand. We have Faerie Seer to even out our draw, Suffocating Fumes to draw a card, we'll keep. And Faerie Seer to Spellstutter Sprite is pretty good. Thriving Grove, naming blue. Interesting. This could be the green-blue Cascade. We're going to bottom both of these. We're looking for lands. I mean, these do help us find lands, but I would like to keep Spellstutter Sprite as an option. So we're going to bottom. Bojuka Bog. Great timing. So this makes them Sultai. Oh, crop rotation. What's going on? Getting another Thriving Grove? Naming red. I have no idea what's going on. Opponent's deck is all the colors. Oh, wicked. We draw Island. That gives us access to Counterspell. That's perfect. And we can cycle the Suffocating Fumes if the opponent doesn't do anything. No Ninja here. Alright, what do you got for 3 mana? A Muldrifter Evoked. So they're going to want to draw a bunch of cards. I don't think we counter that. I think we let the Divination resolve and we just cycle Suffocating Fumes. There's a Ninja. We're a little bit low on mana. If we put the Ninja into play, we don't have access to Counterspell. So I think we'll just play the Evolving Wilds and we'll look to Ninja next turn. Urza's Tower. Okay, that makes... We're starting to get a lot more sense here. The crop rotation. But it's just like crop rotation goes for Thriving Grove red. It was kind of weird. We can Spellstutter this. Ancient Stirrings is one of the better cards in Magic. Ooh, here's a Fiery Cannonade. So that's going to wipe our board. And the Ancient Stirrings will still resolve. Also means that our Ninja isn't going to be getting in for damage anytime soon. And they reveal Power Plant. So this is actually the first time I've played against Tron in quite a long time. Tron is one of the most popular decks and one of the best decks in the format, so it's been kind of strange that I haven't been seeing it. And this is going to be the first time that we're going to see what all Tron has in store since the latest set. Oh, neat. Okay, we're going to counter that. Or we could put a Fall from Favor on it so that we get the Monarch, and then Counterspell the next one. The problem is we don't guarantee to have Counterspell ready to go. Let's Brainstorm first to see if we can find a land. No land, but we do have Snuff Out. So that means we're not going to be drawing any lands for a while. So we're going to Counterspell the Self-Assembler, play Delver of Secrets, and reveal something. Maybe reveal another Counterspell. What do we got this time? They're casting a Muldrifter for 5. Let's Counterspell that. And reveal Counterspell. This does mean it's kind of awkward to put a Ninja into play now. So we're just going to start bashing for 3. We could put Fall from Favor on our own creature after we attack with it so that we can get the Monarch. But again, I want to hold up Counterspell. So I'd want another land like that before I would do something like that. So while this is not the first time I've cast Fall from Favor on one of my own creatures, it is the first time that I've cast Fall from Favor on one of my own creatures that wasn't already enchanted by a Fall from Favor. What a weird card. Ancient Stirrings does find them the mine, so they now have access to infinite mana. Maybe I was supposed to counter that Ancient Stirrings there. Alright, red mana. Boarding Party. This has Haste and Cascade. So let's see what they get into on the Cascade. We have Snuff Out for the Boarding Party, so they can't take the Monarch from us. And we can Counterspell the Muldrifter. So this is Cascade Tron. Very cool. Okay, we navigated that turn fairly well. Let's start with combat, I think. Then we'll Preordain, see what we can get off the top. Let's see here. Cast down and Echoing Decay. We don't want the Echoing Decay, put that on the bottom. Cast down is okay. We can top that. And then maybe we'll just put Ninja into play. It does mean we're tapped out this turn, but we don't really have anything going on anyway. The Spell Pierce would have been pretty nice if we had known, but opponent has infinite mana here, so Spell Pierce isn't actually going to counter any of their spells. We do have access to Snuff Out, so I don't necessarily want to just pass all willy-nilly. So we got quite a bit of time on our clock as well. We're just going to pass through each spell by itself. Okay, here's the Aliosaur into a Muldrifter. We have no counterspells for this. And we're going to have to snuff out the Aliosaur. And we have Cast Down for the Muldrifter. So they have green and red. Do you have any general tips to raise play? Yeah, on YouTube there's a series of videos by Mengucci. What was it called? It was like Small Advantages or something like that. All these little things that players can do in order to up their game. So let's see here. Cast down the Aliosaur. Snuff out the Muldrifter. And attack. Okay, I think we might have this game. Opponent does have 5 cards in hand and a ton of mana though, so they could still do a lot of stuff. And this is something they can do. Self-Assembler, they can just make a ton of them. We can tap one of them with Fall from Favor, but if they get a bunch of them, which they will, we can only tap one. We don't have removal for another one. Delver of Secrets, not really what we were looking for here. We can attack for 3, put them to 1. Fall from Favor one of the assembly workers, play Delver of Secrets, play Faerie Seer. Let's take a quick peek and see what's on top of the deck. Don't want any of those. Bottom. I was looking for something cool we could draw with a Monarch there and do something gas, end of turn. Okay, we'll tap down one of their dudes. And let's see what we draw with the Monarch. We got a Ponder. Didn't I put you to the bottom? And we got there. While this, you were asking a minute ago for general tips. While this wouldn't necessarily apply to everyone, I found one of the things that I continuously have to try and improve on. One of the things that I'm always working on is patience. I have the... I like to be like a little bit more brash and impulsive with my play. So sometimes I end up playing my spells too quickly. When pausing for an extra 5 or 10 seconds would have shown me a new line, and I could have made a much better play. I've lost a lot of games through impatience. Research, I think, would also be another really good one. Knowing the format, the decks that you're playing against is going to be a huge boon. When your opponent starts playing cards and in your mind you have a list of 50 cards that are probably in the opponent's deck, then you're going to do a lot better than if you don't know what the opponent's deck is at all. Again, these things like seem fairly obvious to some people, but for some other people it's going to be some good stuff, I think. think I could probably take out Agony Warp. Suffocating Fumes can go. Spell Pierce doesn't seem very good. Okay, we've only got about a minute left. I don't think we actually need Nihil Spellbomb in this matchup. They didn't seem to be doing that kind of Tron thing. And we'll bring in some Hydroblast in case we can counter Cannonade. Not super impressed with this hand. But it doesn't seem terrible. We can get ready for Counterspell on turn 2. It might be better than a random 6. I think we'll just keep. Opponent is mulliganing to 5 cards, to 4 cards. If their hand is slow enough, our counterspells are going to be quite strong. Okay, so we'll play the Snow-Covered Island, and we're going to want to use it to go get Island with the Ash Barrens, so we're going to hold on the Ponder. Okay, opponent has no plays. Let's go get Island. Play Island. Do we play Augur of Bolas here? I think so. Nice. We might as well get the extra Counterspell. Okay, opponent concedes.